Live from New York, it's the show that's already preparing for the post-game press conference. I've got something in store. It's the second hour of First Things First.
Our post-game press
Yeah,
conference?
I'm locked in already.
You're not going to like how Lori arranged it.
Speed. Just like a caterpillar matures into a beautiful butterfly, so too does a rough draft of who's hot and who's not morph into a rich tapestry of player performance, expectations, and precedent. Spread your wings and fly, friends, into a finals edition of King of the Hill.
Indeed, it is time for a finals edition of King of the Hill. Drew was correct. I said it could be our last one, but there's no chance. The finals are over on a week from now, so we will have at least one more, maybe two more. I would be shocked if the very top changes, but as we always do, we must start with who slid off the hill, and that is the eliminated Minnesota Timberwolves. You will notice Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert didn't even slide off the hill because they had already slid off the hill prior to last King of the Hill.
Didn't Towns kind of get back up?
Towns, we were thinking he would after Game 4, but there wasn't another hill, so they're all gone. All right, 5-row hill, 5th row. Welcome to the hill, Kristaps Porzingis.
Welcome back.
He's back after being off due to injury. However, his quotes today did not sound like a player who is 100%.
Yeah.
Evidently, there were long pauses involved, and never like Wild is always on hobble watch. I'm on long pause watch when it comes to player quotes. Daniel Gafford, Derek Jones Jr. stay where they are. Al Horford slips a bit again, not because of his own play, but just because of how the hill fell this week. And Maxi Kleber makes his first appearance on the hill. Now, I understand Jaden Hardy is considered a more key reserve, and maybe even Dante Exum in some quarters. Here's predicting that there is a Maxi Kleber quarter in one of the first two games. Again, a quarter where he hits 3 or 4 threes, and we say, oh, in a quarter, where we say, oh, he changed the game. Just small little.
He can match up with Kristaps.
I think he will get more minutes.
Yep.
He's now healthy after dealing with the shoulder, and he can obviously stretch the floor. 4th row. Drew's, and again, he fell, but it's not because of his play. His offensive production has been a very pleasant surprise. If you look at his playoff numbers in Milwaukee, offensively, they were never good. Boston is asking him to do less on that side of the ball, and he's doing more with fewer opportunities. Derek White stays with where he is, and man, we have so many gambling outfits across America these days. Will one of them please offer a prop bet on who P.J. Washington will square up with in the first 2 games? My guess is it's Derek White, but I'm not sure. There's going to be he's going to be nose to nose with somebody doing his little flex thing, and then there's Derek Lively, who shares my love of nanoblock. Shout out Derek Lively. That was a wonderful display that he had. You didn't see it? You don't follow him on Instagram? It's great. It's beautiful.
Sorry.
3rd row.
Are you still doing that?
I don't even know what
like
nano
Legos?
blocks are.
It's like Legos, but smaller.
It's smaller,
Really?
and they have. He had the. You know the castle I was so excited to go to in Japan, the Meiji Castle.
Oh,
he made the same one. All right, 3rd row.
Your daughter's into that, right?
No, I'm into that. I don't let my daughter do it.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Everyone has their own hobbies. Wilds collects some pieces of cardboard, calls them baseball cards. 3rd row.
Still watching cartoons?
Any of these guys could be. This is architectural design. Any of these 3 guys could be series MVP, and any of these 3 guys could be the best player on any given night. Okay. And you might say, so why are none of them in the 2nd row, and who is left? So we reveal the 2nd row, which is vacant, as we have done.
Thank you.
Which we did out of respect a couple times in the regular season for Nikola Jokic, and we are now doing out of respect in the finals for Luka Doncic, because I want to show you guys a list of the most points per game in finals history, because Luka's coming for this group. Now, I don't know why we keep doing 6. 5 seems to make more sense.
We normally do 5.
But for some reason, they keep doing 6. But so he is obviously going to leave these finals ahead of Jerry West, Kevin Durant, Shaq, and LeBron. And if he does that, then I think we'll start doing 7 wide on these things if he moves there. I think there is a very good chance he leaves these finals ahead of Michael Jordan. The question is, can he run down Rick Barry? And so Luka Doncic, the best player in these finals.
This is going 7.
Contrary to what Oh, yeah, I would have to. It's still 36 even if you lower it to 4 games, but that was the minimum for 7. Contrary to the Ringer, who had him as the 4th best player, 25 or under in the league, I think he might be the 1st best player, 60 or under in the league. He's certainly the best player in the finals. That is this edition, Brew, of King of the Hill.
Well, I got a few things to say. One, with your graphic, you can just go post-merger. And then Jerry West would be out, and then...
Oh, it's not Jerry West. It's Rick Barry, isn't it?
No, he was first, but West was third.
Oh, okay,
so
I got you. But then Jordan's first. There's no reason.
No, Barry... Oh, yeah, Barry was
yeah, because Barry's
you can't have Jordan first?
Nah, there's no reason for it. I mean, I try to just be honest and accurate.
You said it. You had on the Hill sometimes Jokic is number 1 and then 2 vacants. Yeah. And we were wrong. Were we wrong? You were wrong then, right?
Well, the Hill.
Yeah, Hill was wrong. So it's wrong again. I mean, look, I do think Luka's the best player in the series. I voted him for MVP, so I know I nicknamed him Luka Legend years ago when no one really saw it. Nick saw that somewhere and then start calling him his son.
That's
he had to one-up me.
That part's not true, but go ahead.
So I just don't. Luka's got to prove that there's this gap. Okay? I don't think there should be this gap between him and Tatum and Kyrie and Brown. Like, there should be no gap between him and those two. You can have him number 1. Jason Tatum just became the first player in Celtics history, and I don't have to tell you how many great players they've had, to go 30, 10, and 5 in a conference final. And that's all that franchise has done is win. And they've been in a lot of conference finals. Larry Bird and John Havlicek and all those guys in a lot of conference finals. Paul Pierce, and he's the only one. So show the man some respect. Now, Luka, if he proves it, sure, next week or the week after, this will be all right. But he got to prove it first, because if they don't win this finals, there's certainly not going to be a gap.
Okay, So I obviously disagree, but I want to hear what Wild says before I give a full rebuttal.
Well, I would take the vacant spots and put Tatum on the left, and I would put Jaylen Brown on the right. Yep. And if it goes left to right, I think that's how it should go.
It doesn't go left to right. It's top to bottom. It's left to right agnostic.
We all know it
he
goes
said
left to
right. Thank you.
We all know it.
We know.
If I was to ask 100 people, Family Feud style, who's had the better postseason, Kyrie or Jaylen Brown? I would say 88% of people would say Kyrie.
Oh, I gotta hear. So.
You don't think so?
No, Kyrie averaged 16 a game in a row.
They just might, but I don't think you're saying he's having the best.
No, that's good. I appreciate that.
Right.
If you guys are respecting Jaylen Brown, because that's what I wanted. Because all I hear is the Kyrie redemption tour. I don't need to put Kyrie's light out to make Jaylen Brown's shine brighter. But I feel like Jaylen Brown's not being discussed because he had an easy path. All these teams just rolled over. There were some forfeits in there that they just gave the Celtics a win. Nevertheless, he scored 25 points, had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and he's shooting 54%, Brew. Not too shabby. And Josh crunched the numbers on his own, came in with a hot document. He said, here's the list of people scoring 25 or more points on 54%.
Another one of those things where LeBron doesn't get a year; he just has multiple.
It's shout out to LeBron, one of the all-time greats. But Jaylen Brown belongs in this conversation statistically of his postseason. Yet no one is. No, that's not fair. Let me dial that back. He deserves more coverage. He deserves more accolades. He deserves the respect that he doesn't feel like he's getting either. If you tune into the Celtics.
He did get the
and he was shocked by it. Even though he's on a list with Kareem and LeBron.
So I'm fine with all that. I have a different question.
Sure.
And it's not Family Feud style. I'm asking 100 people. It's first things first style where I'm asking one person.
Sure.
And it's you. Who's had a better postseason? Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum?
Well, Jaylen Brown, I would say.
Okay, I agree. Yeah. I just wanted to, because I feel like you have been very upset with Brew and I for not giving Jason Tatum enough credit. But we all agree that this postseason thus far, Jaylen Brown's been the best Celtic?
They're teammates.
I'm asking
who's
like the
been the best
lungs.
Celtic. They're working together in tandem.
Okay, no, I agree. I think Jaylen Brown.
More people saw it that way.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to.
And by the way, I don't think there is some division between them, and I don't think it's a problem. I think it's good that it was You could make the argument that when the Lakers made the finals in 2020, up until the finals, AD had been
early in the finals,
first game and a half. Yeah, had been the better.
Jaylen gets hot, Tatum's going to feed him, and that's going to be okay. And he knows he'll probably take a hit for that. But the ultimate goal is
It's all about winning.
Yeah, they just got
Doesn't
win.
matter who's the Finals MVP.
Yeah,
Just win.
and if they win this one and the next 4 or 5, they might be an all-time.
Yeah, tune in 5 years when these guys apologize for the A-ball.